So since there was no preseason, the Vikings finally released their first official depth chart on Monday. And again, depth charts put out by the team are always, it really has no bearing on who gets playing time. It really has no effect on next man up, blah, 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 that stuff. But it's fun to dick around with. So let's take a look at what the Vikings put out. Now, in a normal season, teams put out depth charts before the first preseason game. But of course, no preseason this year. That waned. So, all right. So, starting off. So, Cousins made it. First team. Of course, Sean Mannion. So, running back is interesting. So, it goes Dalvin, Madison, Abdullah. They have listed as the third team. And then they have Mike Boone as other. They don't even have fourth string. They have other. Although, you look at the way that they were deployed last year, I don't know if I believe that. Like, I'll believe that Amir Abdullah is ahead of Mike Boone on the depth chart. Like, say, Madison and Dalvin Cook, again, knock on wood, were abducted by aliens. Who would get the bulk of the work? And they're telling me it's Amir Abdullah. No, I'll believe that when my poop turns purple and smells like rainbow sherbet. Please. Wide receiver is interesting. So you got BC Johnson as the wide receiver 2 over Justin Jefferson, which was expected, as well as Tajay Sharp, the veteran Tennessee Titoon, coming in as the wide receiver 4, or you could say second team wide receiver along with Justin Jefferson. There's no real differentiation on the second team, who's 3 and who's 4. Wink, right? And then they also have, it's surprising that Sharp is listed ahead of BB, given all the opportunities that BB has been given, as well as Kubiak. Well, we just love Beebs out here, and Chad Beebe and Chad Beebe accessories. And then also they have KJ Osborne listed as other. It is interesting to note that Dan Chisena, whoever and their mom does see as a primarily special teamer. I think, Dan just said it might make the Pro Bowl this year as a punt gunner. How gangster is that? That'd be awesome. But they do have him listed ahead of KJ Osborne, who was drafted as more of a wide receiver, also return specialist. But interesting development for Chisena being on that third team. Offensive line, it's as you expect, left to right. It's Reeve, Dozier, Bradbury, Elfline, O'Neal. Drew Samia listed as backup right guard one time. Ezra Cleveland backup left guard. Okay, as well as Rashad Hill is the left tackle. Also, where is Oli Udo? Where's Oli Simaka Udo? Well, where is his spot on this depth chart? Now, this could just be a clerical error. Again, did depth charts really matter? No. Will he probably be backup right tackle? Yes, but I don't know. Where's Oli? Come on, man. Also, so the tight ends, Rudy, Irv, Gronklin, even though I do suspect that Irv Smith is going to out-snap Kyle Rudolph this year, as well as probably out-target him, just giving the respect to the veteran Kyle Rudolph does make sense. Of course, CJ Ham, stud, damn straight at fullback. Defensively, so looking at the edge rushers, so you got Daniil and Yannick Ngakoue listed as your starters. You got Jalen Holmes as well as Afadio Denebo. Now, this is a little bit different than, say, 2 wide receiver spots, who's starting and who isn't, because they separate out left defensive end, right defensive end. So you got Daniil at his normal spot at left. Jalen Holmes has been second team left defensive end, but really running with the ones in the absence of Daniil Hunter. He had himself a really good camp. Yannick is at the right spot, which is where he's been throughout the bulk of his career, as well as Afadio Denemo has done most of his good work from the blind side. Also, they got Eddie Yarbrough, who had worked both sides, but they just list him as left defensive end. I think that if poop did hit the fan, he would be either side filling in, as well as they put rookie DJ one of them there. So now, interesting development. Well, all right, so at the beginning, so you got Shamar Stephen starting at nose tackle, Jaleel Johnson, you're starting 3-tech, which was expected. I think Armand Watts listed as backup nose tackle. I think you'll see a lot of him at 3-tech as well. Hercules Rikinmata Afa is the backup 3-tech. But also, James Lynch, the fourth-round edge rusher, who hadn't really gotten a lot of training camp time on the defensive interior, even though a lot of draft pundits did project him in to the defensive interior, as opposed to defensive end at the NFL level. Very interesting, very intriguing that he is listed as the third team 3-tech, even though, is he going to get any run there anytime soon? Probably not, but do they see him as a more of a D tackle as opposed to DN long term? Intriguing. All right, so the 5 linebackers: Wilson, Kendricks, Barr, Connolly, Troy Dye. Now, these ones really don't matter at all, specifically for backups, because they'll both Connolly as well as Troy Dye could back up all 3 spots, as well as Wilson would see the field before any of these 2 guys. Also, Connolly's more of a middle linebacker, Dye is more of a weak side linebacker, but Yeah, again, we're picking nits here. Cornerbacks. So Hughes, Holton Hill, as expected. I do think that they will start. Maybe we'll see Cameron Dantzler there in there as well, and Jeff Gladney will get some reps as well. I think the Vikings will go pretty solidly 4 deep at cornerback. It won't be the full-on rotation that we saw last year, but all 4 guys will get theirs, and then also Harrison Hand and Chris Boyd. And then the safeties, both of them. Great. Oh, yes, and also the specialists. So you got Skullquit, Bailey, Austin Cutting, as well as KJ Osborne, which has been widely reported already, has won both the kick and punt return jobs. Abdullah back him up on kick returns. Chad Beebe is your second punt return, as well as if you need a big one, bust out Mike Hughes. But, of course, since Mike Hughes is going to be starting, you do want to reduce his role as a punt returner. So that's it. That is our first look at the Minnesota Fighting Vikings official depth chart. Does it matter? Not really. But let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work? Pull us up in the Venmo. But until next time, Skull, production value.